I am Nivedita Indrajit in conversation with Isha Bawa, and I fell in love with this girl in Delhi in Being You class,
Oh,
and
thank
her
you.
sister, and then her mother. And then I realized, oh wow, how does it belong? I mean, how does it get any better that this whole family is into this?
Yes.
And yeah, so I mean, I'm not a person to reach up to a person and say hi and make friends. And sometimes I do feel shy. There are some people who make me feel shy and not approach directly. You are one of them. So
Oh my God. Wow.
and then I waited until we got like introduced formally, and then yeah, then I was more free to
Wow.
talk.
Oh my gosh, I had no idea. Thank you so much for reaching out when you did.
Yes.
I would have, yeah, I would have completely, well, I appreciate it. Let me just leave it at that. I really appreciate you reaching out.
Yeah.
So,
And I
yeah,
enjoyed being in classes with you, like, in other classes that we've attended together. So it was
yes.
fun for me. It's like, oh, there's my secret friend.
Aw, thank you. It's always a pleasure hanging out with you, truly.
So how did it begin with you? Like in case of your mom, I understand, like they are, but in how did you choose? I think this is the only thing you've done, like, I mean, ever since you graduated, probably, or even before.
No, no, no,
No?
no, no. So I have studied fashion business management.
Wow.
Yes, from Pearl Academy of Fashion, Delhi, and
Uh-huh.
I went to Heriot-Watt University, Scotland, to study for 6 months from my university itself. So I went. I
Okay.
did six. It was a 6 month program. I did over there. Came back, graduated. Worked in a buying agency for,
Oh.
yeah, I worked in a buying agency. I worked with a designer,
Mm.
um, and I was actually getting ready to start up my own brand, my own
Okay.
label,
Ah.
my own brand. And everything was under the works. I was going to start designing my label. Everything was going to start. And I just realized that there was no enthusiasm in my life for what I was doing.
Mm.
You know, a lot of people do this and they wake up with enthusiasm. They look forward to going to their store,
Yes.
their designing, or whatever they're doing related to that. But that wasn't like with me. In my case, I was not looking forward to it. It was not fun. It
Mm.
was just not fun. There was no magic. And I, as a little girl, I have always grown up knowing magic. I have always known magic. I remember at the age of 3 or 4, sitting in my room and just knowing that I was always surrounded with angels. It's just been something I have known forever.
Mm.
And I remember at the age of 12 going to a bookstore and coming back home with tarot, like a tarot deck, and angel guided stuff books.
Yeah.
And that was just something that has always pulled me. But it was not an appropriate profession to take up, for
Mm.
a 18 or a 19-year-old girl. It was not considered appropriate. So I was like sneakily playing along the game, and eventually I was like, I'll get my way around this. And and then mom and I found Access Consciousness, and it matched the energy of the magic, the miracles, the possibilities I have always known
Yeah.
existed, and I have always engaged with while growing up. I just didn't know how I would um, put it into words or reach out, or someone would reach out to me that would give me the words and the knowledge that I was looking for. And this did. And that was the start for me. That was the beginning for me. And I remember mom was looking at me and she saw the difference when I was working with, like, well, not working, but when I was in the energy of an access class and when I was talking about clothing and that area. And she got an energy of that, and then she dropped the entire thing of, oh my god, 4 years fashion, that's what you should do, and this is okay for a hobby. And then she was just like, go flight, do what makes you happy. And so I took the plunge and I got into I got into access in 2015 and 2016, 6 years ago, I should think now. And I was using Access initially just for a lot of my own stuff, to change a lot of points of views about myself, to change a lot of things that I would have liked to change. And then I became a bars facilitator. And then when it was time, I chose to become a certified facilitator. And that's when I completely jumped all in. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
mom was
that's
also
my,
telling how you talked her into talk to the entities class and
yes.
conscious parenting class, and then I think
Yes.
a lot opened up for everybody around that time, I think also.
A lot opened up for all of us when she actually went to become a certified facilitator.
Okay.
She took, she just went for it. She doesn't stop. That's one thing I love about her the most. She does not stop. And that's what I admire about her the most.
And it's
She's,
also fun to go together to classes and,
yes,
and also have that equation with a parent, not like a parent, but two conscious beings having that interaction.
yes, absolutely.
And I don't
It's,
think the 4-year graduation went for a toss. You said Style Your Life was one of the book you wrote. So,
yes. No, I don't think it went for a toss at all. In fact, that's not my point of view whatsoever. But yeah, generally this reality says if you don't take up, if you don't do,
you
if you're
have
not
already invested in so many years.
yes, correct. I personally don't believe my 4 years went for a toss, because it taught me so much I cannot even begin to put into words. It's the best thing I could have done for myself, is those 4 years. It taught me to grow as a person. The person I am today, the work I do today, the ability to be able to stand up and speak and converse with people, a lot of times has come from that, from my education, from my knowledge, from everything that university offers and has offered to me. Yeah.
When I see you, right, like I see you and I look at the receiving part of it. I look at elegance, I look at receiving, and a combination of how you can be gentle and not fight the reality in order to have it, in order to be it.
Yeah.
So when I see you, it just represents to me that energy, that, there's a like soft cloud like energy floating around, which talks about elegance, which talks about ease. You don't have to be like really force yourself into that space. So that is what you embody for me, at least.
Wow. Thank you so much for saying that, and acknowledging that. Yeah, totally. um, yeah, i I love the space of melting, melting into possibilities, melting limitations into possibilities. You don't have to fight your way into possibilities, or fight out of limitations. You just have to be willing to melt into something different.
Yes.
And that's the thing about me. I know one thing about myself. If I make a change with myself, my reality will change, with my work, with my relationships, with my with everything. So that's what I like to embody, and I am working at embodying way more, because it's like everything shows up in our world according to our points of view. So it's like, if I'm willing to change, if I would like something else to show up differently, I'm going to have to look at where I'm operating, not as that right now. And that for me is the embodiment of melting. Yeah.
I've been on those monthly calls with you, like ask and receive, acknowledgement.
Yes.
And I know how much it's changed my world, and I know how much it just opened up for me. It's like, even just to take that all in for the last 2 months, it's like, oh wow, I can just bask in it. Even knowing I've done that for a month with you, I can now bask in it it's like for the rest of my life, I can bask in it. It's just,
Wow.
it's
Thank
just,
you.
how do you say it? I'm not getting the word. It's just filtered in into the life, and it's just eased in. So, what would it take for anyone to actually be that choice? Like, even when we go to Julia's class, the thing that she said was choose, just choose. I mean, we got those signed, right? Like one of her manuals, we got it signed. all of us. So she just said, just choose.
Yes.
You know, what is it about choice? When people talk about choice, they talk about either or. And sometimes when you really understand it, it's about this and this and this and this. But beyond that, what do you perceive about choice? And how can people actually choose and not feel like, oh, I'm having to choose? Like
Yeah.
it's a big thing.
Yeah, I get your question and I get where you're coming from. The first question I ever asked in Access, it took me a while to ask. Let me even say this. It took me a while to even just ask this question. And and the first answer I got was choose. So I know what you're talking about now. Just like, is there? And my follow-up question was, is there a process you can give me? And Gary was like, no, choose. And I was like, fine, I will choose. But the beauty of choice and choosing actually started when Gary threw that into my, not threw, he very gently invited into my universe of choose. It's a very limitless, it's a very understated word according to me, choice and choose. It's a very limitless space. You know, people give reasons and justifications as to why they're not able to choose, you know. We all do that. I'm not like, we all do that. Come on. We've all done it. We all do it moment to moment. But that's the beauty, is inviting yourself into recognizing when you're doing it.
Yeah.
You know, giving yourself the reason and giving yourself the justification as to why you can't choose. You know, you're still choosing. You're just choosing not to choose.
Yeah.
You know, and choice and just choose is something that is considered really difficult for some reason. Not difficult, you know, that actually, according, this is just my point of view. So it's like, according to me, it's such an undefined space. It's such an out of control, out of limitation, out of form, structure, significance, that people don't know what to do with it, where to
Yeah.
go with it.
Yeah.
You know, what do I choose? How do I choose? From where do I choose? You have to be willing to actually be beyond form, structure, significance, linearity, concentricity, to recognize that just choose anything, man. You know what I love the most? Well, amongst all the other things um, about choice is that what Dane said, that he said that he says, I have made more mistakes than people have chosen. You know, and he's actually willing to go out, choose anything. And if it doesn't turn out well, oh, okay, oh man, you know, what else is possible now? That doesn't stop him from choosing something different.
Yeah.
It's like the entire polarity of right and wrong that people get stuck in, that they want to make the right choice, they don't want to make the wrong choice, which is what
Yeah.
keeps them from just choosing.
A lot of energy goes into that actually, instead of just choosing and figuring out. We forget that childhood capacity that we have, that when we fall, we get up. There is no point of view that, oh my God, I fell down, right?
Yeah.
So, but somehow we just take this in from the environment or people and stuff, and then we make that real for us.
Yes.
And even about ask and receive, like when we work, there were sometimes when I just asked and instantly it's in your lap, and I'm like, oh, okay, now what do I ask next? Because it's like you're not expecting it to turn up so fast.
Yes.
And it does.
Yes.
So what does the future behold for Isha and us?
Wow. Well, that's going to depend on what we all choose in the now. You know, the future is more undefined than it's ever been before. Way more undefined than it's ever been before. And possibilities are way more, for me, you know, I'm just going to put that in. They're here.
Okay, I will ask then in that case and see if I can receive it.
Yeah. Okay.
Will there be a book club for your book?
Yes. It's already happening.
Oh, okay.
There's a beautiful certified facilitator by the name of Anita Loos from Netherlands, who texted me asking me if she could do a book club on my book.
Wow.
And I was just like, of course, please go ahead. So it's already happening. What are you aware of?
I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to you doing it too one day.
Yes. Yes. Me too. I am looking forward to that as well.
Is there something that you would like to say, like something, a question that I haven't asked probably, and something that is there for you to say? A mix.
What would you like me to say? Well, I'd love to shed a little bit of light on the fact that your point of view creates your reality. It's really that simple. You know, it doesn't have to be hard, difficult, or painful. It really is. All of life comes to me with ease and joy and glory. You know,
Yeah.
it really is. And if something isn't working out well, or there's something that's difficult or painful that's going on at the moment, we all tend to go into the mode of a victim, and we tend to victimize ourselves and to go into massive reason, justification, and accusations and blaming, you know. But instead of that, if you're all just willing to take charge and look at what point of view we have that is creating that, you change your point of view and your reality changes. And really, it is very, very simple unless we make it very complicated. You know, everything can change. Everything can change. A body issue. And I'm not saying this as an airy fairy thing. I'm saying this as stuff that has happened and showed up in front of me of change, you know. Body stuff, financial relationships, yourself, everything can change if you're changing your point of view. That's about it.
I know that conscious cooking is happening with Cake and Conscious Cooking.
Yes.
And it just started off like that, right?
Yeah, basically. Yeah. It's a lot of fun. It's a group. It's called Cake and Conscious Cooking. Yeah. And Mom and I actually started it when lockdown happened. And we it's our house has been a full-on foodie house since I have known it to be. And every day there used to be different things being made. Mom was in the kitchen, like baking different things for us. And every time I would come back from school, there would be donuts today, cheesecake today, lemon cheesecake, strawberry cheesecake, you know.
Yeah.
And one day we just stopped. You know, she had taught our wonderful cook, who is absolutely beyond amazing. She taught him everything. And one day we just stopped, you know, because everything was really easily accessible now. But after the lockdown, we were just like, what can we do to have more fun now? You know, we're here. And the first thing that we went to was, why don't we start baking again and cooking? Because it was something we've enjoyed for the longest time, but we bought into the lie that we did not have any time. You know, that was a lie, but we bought into it that we didn't have enough time. So we were like, okay. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Isha.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here. And is it okay that I share your contact details in the description box?
Yeah.
So that people, if you know, if they like this conversation, if they know that they'd like to work with you, and they can reach out to you.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for being this gift in this world.
Thank you for you, and thank you so much for being the gift that you be. Thank you for inviting me. It was a pleasure to be here.
I'm hoping that your little sister is going to agree too, although we haven't formally spoken.
Oh wow! I am sure she would love to.
And I hope somewhere I can invite your dad in also.
That would be interesting. That would be interesting to see. We'll all love to see that.
Yeah. So you will have to introduce me formally so that I can talk to them.
Most definitely.
Yeah, I'll take that offline, but yeah. Thank you so much. I'm really
Thank you so much.
I've been looking forward from morning is when is the time going to come and when are you going to have a chat?
Oh,
yeah. So it just excites me that you're there in this world. And every time I look at we're looking at books and stuff, we remember the books that you read at home here for the kids. And Vidur keeps coming and asking, okay, can I be can I be that? And we go into that conversation. So that's how you are there in the house all the time. Like,
Oh, wow.
so yeah, every time you open the Kindle for that book, we know you're here.
Oh,
So thank you for
thank
being part of
you.
my life, and thank you for being a part of Vidur's life, and thank you for doing so much good work and melting my world.
Thank you so
I'm
much
really
for
grateful.
all of this. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.